Let's see if it works. Let's see if it works. We are buying a new car! 14.2.
So we are producing electricity. This is me. And this is the love of my life and partner in crime. 2 years ago we traded our stable corporate lives for more adventurous and sustainable lives as digital nomads at sea. Follow along as we discover new places and build our businesses one anchorage at a time.
Good morning to second part of our installation. We are putting together the last parts and all the wiring, and then we're cutting through air like butter. So the difficult part is I don't have a Newton meter to tighten them. Oh, we are getting there, and you should not over tighten them, because then, they are breaking. Wenn Sie die Schraube ab jetzt exakt eine Viertelumdrehung weiter um die... Sounds reasonable.
Good job, my love, good job. In our last episode, we already assembled the main body of the wind generator and made the stainless steel structure to hold it. Now it was time to assemble it all and place it on the stainless steel structure. The whole thing was pretty scary because the pole is 2.4 meters high, and well, let's just say we're not really the tallest in town. But luckily our friend Reva was still on the same pontoon and offered to help.
So then I want it like that. You connect and then
Let's see if it works. Let's see if it works. Okay, currently we still have the stop schalter, the thing on which blocks it. But soon we're going to switch it on. Hopefully everything works. But getting away all this stuff before we make it full power. Are you looking down there? Connecting to the batteries.
Mm-hmm. From our Superwind we go directly into a stop switch, which allows us to switch it off or break it down in case there is very strong winds. We can also just decide to don't run it if the batteries are full, and from there we go into an MPPT and then through a fuse directly to the batteries. We try to keep the cables as short as possible, but we will change the whole electrical layout very soon when we get the most important upgrade of ForTuna. Stay tuned! Don't forget to hit the subscribe button, give us a like, and a comment would really help if you love our videos.
Okay guys, we're switching it on. Ready? Woo! Yeah, it downs!
14.5. It goes down again, but up to 14.2.
So we're producing electricity.
Nice, 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 nice. Now I get a coffee.
Yes? Did you deserve one?
Now I deserve to.
You want ice cream too? Ice cream!
Well, my ice cream still. Weird.
Yeah. Huh? Another one done.
Nice. The most important one is still to come.
Most important one is still to come. Until now we made the water maker, we made the new table here, and the wind maker.
Wind generator.
Wind generator. And then there are still two actually to come. Yeah. Still other two important upgrades that we're going to install in next weeks. Still have to wait for packages, so for now we're going out, have a little break, and we come back once the next package arrives.
Then we go out and come never back.
Then we will literally go out there and stay out there.
Yeah. Amazing. Today, we are buying a new car! Finally! No, it took us a long time. We are still with our original dinghy from the pre-owner. We never had the good dinghy motor combination because the motor is too huge and the dinghy is too weak. Basically, it is a dinghy with only some wood slats, and it is made for more like inshore sailing than anything else. Now we've done a lot of research to find the perfect dinghy for us because we struggled a lot with the current one. We found a very good supplier. We buy the dinghy and then eventually we upgrade also our outboard to an electrical one and integrate solar panels into the dinghy. One last bump. We got a few problems with this type of dinghy because it has like the wood slats and the material itself. It is made of PVC and it should be made out of Hyphalon because it's more resistant to stretch and to the sun. With the Hyphalon you have to make sure that it has a certain thickness so it lasts longer and you have the dinghy for a longer time and not only 1.5 years or 2 years like ours.
So this is basically how we have been using a dinghy in the last probably 4 to 5 months. Whenever we wanted to use it, we had to repump it, and within 2 or 3 hours the air will go out again. We didn't really find a specific hole, it's just the whole material that is slowly degrading.
Another very important factor for us was the strength of the build. We have a too big motor, but in general our dinghy is too weak for anything, so it is breaking slowly apart. You have to make sure that the dinghy has very good welding and a lot of strength there to support the motor, to support going against the waves and to bring you safe and shore. That's why we've chosen our new dinghy, also due to the strength of the welding, because they have like 20% stronger welding all around the aluminium. And I hope we will not be scared anymore that we sink every time we use the dinghy. Because with this one it's always a risk, either water or waves. taking you over and you cannot bring anything.
When you live on a boat, the dinghy is like a car, so whenever we leave, we actually need to bring stuff with us because we're going on land to actually do something.
And it should not get wet all the time.
Most of it should not get wet, we are always getting wet. Today we went different shops to get a lot of goodies for the next project, and yeah, we arrived now back with the dinghy and it's totally soaked. We're totally soaked, which also means all the stuff we bought is soaked. It's not really fun anymore. We definitely need to find a new dinghy solution. The motor is running constantly on the least amount of energy or throttle, which is also not really good for the motor. 2 years ago when we moved to the boat, we hoped to get an electric motor. Unfortunately, we did not have the money back then. Now we are at the situation that the dinghy is so weak that we first have to change the dinghy, save up money again, and then go for the electric motor, hopefully soon.
We are just lucky that there is no or very little wind today, because else we would just die with this thing going like quite far. It's already a bumpy ride, but the waves are good to us. And I'm so looking forward how it will be with the new one. Data chose the lucky side.
Normally I'm always the guy getting
on my side.
Just when we have a problem.
Big ship coming!
Big ship coming! Speed up, but not too much! We are going to close this episode here today, but make sure to come back next week because there's still a lot we want to tell you about our new dinghy. If you can't wait a week and want to see it already now, become one of our patrons and see next week's episode already now. It was amazing to have you here. See you all next week. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button and leave us a comment and a like. Thank you!